When I arrived here, that was with the European involvement. We had at that time, I believe, was like 9 Europeans on our team. Uh, and I seen the line, a couple of the lines that we had, and then playing with them, I couldn't. I mean, I've never seen better plays made anywhere. And I've been with Boston. Like you've got Esposito, Hodge, and Cashman, say for an example, playing. Well, Anders, Olf, and Bobby. They made They made plays that were more of magician plays, in comparison. And not saying that Esposito and Cashman and Hodge couldn't make plays because they really, really did, but it was a different style of game that we were playing at that time here. A more European influence, moving the puck. But in saying that, I recall Bobby Hull. I was playing with Willie Lindstrom and Mats Lind at that time, and Bobby just mentioned to me, he said, Billy said these guys might need a little bit of help. And I'm talking about the physical part of the game where you've got the opposing teams would try to take advantage of the European players. So as soon as that did happen, you stuck up for your teammates, and before long it was kind of known that you're going to stand up for them. And what I recall the game, I've never seen as many North American players, play a type of game. They'd never play that way against, other North American teams, but they tried to, take advantage of the European players and tried to intimidate them. Let's put it that way. And so it was a game of more of intimidation that we had to contend with, but to show the strength with the Jet organization or the teams, the players that we had, there isn't such thing as a European that is scared, not afraid to go into corners and this type of thing. In my mind, anyway. I ended up just being kind of inquisitive of what is, how the World Hockey League is going, and with Bobby Hull. I mean, he was my number one eye. Let's put it that way. And he was, with the Jet organization, and they had 2 years. I believe that they were in existence 2 years prior to my coming. Either 2 or 3 years. Thinking back, the reason I ended up coming to Winnipeg was when I was in Washington, and I mentioned to my son at the time, I said, and my wife, I said, we're, and my other son, and I said, we're moving home. We've got 3 children, and we're going to move. We're going to go back home or move back to Weyburn, and for the summer, I had a hockey school there. And my oldest son, Bob, said, "What home, Dad?" That got me. So I decided, well, we've got to make a stand here sooner or later. And if it wasn't for my wife and my son, my family, I may have stayed in the NHL a little longer. But wade through everything, I decided to come back to a place where I felt that I would make home. Well, we had a couple comedians on our team, really good guys. Willie Lindstrom, or some of those guys. They somehow got. Somebody must have thought that they reminded them of I don't know what, a tractor. Just. I think it was probably Willie Lindstrom, or he was probably the one. He's the guy that said it the most times to me, tractor, and then it caught on, but exactly where it come from, I couldn't tell you. But it caught on, and so I've been named the tractor for a long time, And I guess it's just keep plugging away. Don't quit. I hope it's a John Deere. you know, because when I was a kid, I used to like the sound of the John Deere tractors. Oh, undoubtedly, the highlights would have been, winning 3 Avco Cups. And each year would have been, very much a highlight. The last year that we, the first year you won the Avco Cup. The first year is just unbelievable. Uh, we went to training camp in Europe, and that was an eye opener for me. The way the game, totally a different style of game, and just everything about that year, and the fans again too. Playing in Quebec City, just it was unreal. The highlight of winning the 3 Avco Cups and what we had to accomplish to win them. And then Bobby Olfen Anders left. In the last Avco Cup, and then we inherited some players from Houston. And but the team was on our last year. The league only consisted of 6 teams, and so it was. But it was still very competitive, but it was good. And we really wanted to win that last one too. With the new players there's Morris Lukowicz, Scotty Campbell, Terry Ruskowski, Rich Preston. We had a number of players. Kim Claxon come in from Indianapolis, but we had a good team, a real good team. The favorite time. See, I didn't really feel a part as much of winning the Boston because I didn't play very much. So that's kind of hard maybe for somebody to understand that there's a Stanley Cup, the greatest cup that you could be a participant in and play with. But my feeling was more of the Avco Cup, to where I was being able to contribute more, and if that makes sense.